You've made great progress. Time for Chapter 2. Remember, you don't read this spell book like a muggle book. Point your wand at the glowing words, then pull the T button to start reading. It's time to move on to more complex magic. In this chapter, we will cover a range of challenging and at times dangerous new spells. Keep your wits about you in this chapter, and soon you'll master new magical skills from revealing invisible ink, or conjuring flocks of birds from your wand, to the art of magical fire making. There we have it. Turn the page to learn the first spell in this chapter.
The fire-making spell. We'll first learn a bit about the spell, then you can try casting it. Remember, you need to use your wand to read. Point at the glowing words, hold the T button and pull the words up off the page.
From lighting a warm hearth to igniting a Christmas pudding, the fire-making spell is always useful around the wizarding household. However, the ability to produce fire with the flick of a wand can be dangerous to your fellow students, and worse, your books. A pair of dragonhide gloves is therefore recommended for this lesson. More careless students might also like to brush up on any hair regrowing spells that they might know. Interesting thing to collect?
There's a story about this spell. Pull up the glowing words on the page to find out what it is.
Ready to begin reading the story? Spectacular though it is, students are warned that irresponsible use of the fire-making spell can have serious consequences. Take one ill-fated performance of Malacry's classic wizarding play, Alas, I Have Transfigured My Feet. History does not record the names of the actors, which is perhaps for the best, since by halfway through the first act, the audience had taken to throwing, "Looks like your spell book is testing you again. What do you think the audience threw at the actors?" Point at one of the tabs, hold the T button and slide it out. Oh yes, the audience had taken to throwing pumpkins. Undeterred, the actor playing Capot began the famous foot transfiguration scene. By this time, the special effects wizard hidden under the stage was apparently as bored as the audience. And decided to replace the traditional puff of yellow smoke with a huge eruption of... What do you think he conjured up? Oh yes, a huge eruption of fire from his wand. The audience were suitably impressed, and their cheering only increased when the curtains caught alight. And the effects wizard began vainly trying to put out the flames while dodging hexes from the play's director. With the rest of the cast fleeing in panic, the actor playing Capot took this as his moment to shine. Casting a... Now what spell would you cast for your big moment in a burning theatre? Casting a flame-freezing charm, he began the play's rousing final speech, protected from the fire, now engulfing the stage. Unfortunately, his no doubt stirring delivery was lost in the confusion as the audience abandoned the theatre. And the ill-prepared effects wizard tried desperately to remember the flame-freezing charm for himself. Show-off young students should take heed. Cast your fire-making spell with care. Well, now you've learned a little about its dangers, are you eager to try the fire-making spell for yourself?
Our vandal has scribbled all over your book again. They probably left you some nasty magical surprise. Go on then. Point your wand at the scribble and pull it up. Merlin's beard! A paper dragon! This spellbook is packed full of surprises, all right. Now look what's happened! Perhaps one of the spells you've learnt so far can put out the fire. Fortunately, your book is enchanted to make fire harmless, so you can just wave your hands over the page to put out the flames. You'll be fine. Well done, but remember there are magical ways to put out fires. The Aguamenti charm, for example. There's still some soot on there. Clear it all up with your hands, or the school librarian will never let me hear the end of it. Good as new. Fortunately, your book is protected by powerful enchantments for exactly this reason. Now, if you've quite finished fooling around, now you know all about fire making, time to try casting it.